Oh well, we're doing a barn find edition today. I've actually already pulled this out and put it back, repositioned it, because I bought the car that was behind this. Now, you're not going to find that hard to believe, because it's, obviously this is an A70 Hereford, which is quite rare, actually. A lot of A40s, don't see many A70s. But this old girl, she is too far gone for anything apart from art. If you do get the real urge to have this in your shed, which you should do, I can probably get it for you. But it's been kept as a parts car for a ute, which is even rarer and much cooler. But the little details on this are just fantastic. Look at this. What a cool looking little car. But she is rusty. Ran and drove in it many moons ago. Now, these are carless day stickers, which means they can only use the car on certain days. I think that was back in the 70s. I think the last time this was used would be 1974. So quite a while ago. But the shape of these, man, love them. Oh, I'll just walk around the back. It's hard to believe actually that I haven't owned this. But I bought the car behind it, which I'll show you in a minute. Little Ferguson tractor as well. How cool is that? Love those. First thing I ever learned to drive on. I mean, most Welsh people and farmers, that'd be their first vehicle they ever used. But such a cool little thing. I love them. Just in case you're thinking that's not cool enough, got a Dodge. This is their camper. This is on the road. Looks a little bit barn find, but it's not barn find at all. This is a running, driving, daily used, super cool, warranted, registered, on the road car. Just how cool is that? I just love them. Just a beautiful looking thing, and it's their camper, which is even better. But that just looks, I think it should just stay here in its natural environment.
Should get the Ridger on that.
Oh yeah.
It's been a little number. It's been in the system since the 12th month of 1937.
Wow. So it's been on the road since 1937. That's so cool.
Been off the road.
That's even better. I'm going to show them the bus as well, eh?
Yeah.
So what was the bus? A Leyland?
It is a Leyland, yeah.
Look, is it a routemaster?
Yeah.
So look at this. So this is the original. I don't know a huge amount about buses, but what I do is a little bit. So these were purposely designed for the City of London. And
That's an Aussie one.
was it? Did they use it in Sydney or Melbourne or something?
Sydney.
Wow. So this was
T-Run did 1,000,000 miles.
really Gardner engine.
It used to. It's now got an SB5.
Oh yep. Cool. So this used to be a Gardner motor. Like India's just finished this. It's just actually been sold. But the chance to see one of these is, well, nothing now. Look at this. So this was the early routemaster. They did a more famous design, which was the next one, which most of us will remember, if you're my age anyway, 40 odd plus. They used to run around the City of London. And these were purposely designed to carry people around, which were just, I mean, they were perfect. They were just always rebuilt. And they were meant to be endlessly rebuildable forever, which I suppose, when you're looking at this one was. You had to be pretty small to fit in the cab of these though, if I remember right. The next ones were a little bit bigger. Look at that. That's basic. I think that speedo looks like 100E to me. That's the fuse box to start it. My God. Good luck everybody. What a cool thing. But there's nothing like really seeing a big red London bus out here to make you feel at home or far away from home, or I'm not really sure which way you got it. These were just a little more shapely than the ones they made later on. This was great. You come in here, and this is where your ticket guy was. Oh man, that's really great. Your ticket guy would be here, hanging on the back as you come in, and then he'd come and see you, take your tickets, and you would go either there or upstairs. You would go. What a really, really cool thing. Just love it. Never, ever get to see things like this anymore. This one's obviously a house bus. And like that's a really big thing in New Zealand. So like, people take these and they live in them, which is, I mean, I've got to be honest, if I had a bit more time and money, I would like to do the same thing myself. But yeah, Johnny's just giving you a quick short show around here. Really, really cool bus. Really, really cool people. Imagine how much it would cost to recall that radiator. Whew. Hard to believe these ferries, so many people run. Until I've been thinking it's the late 90s, early 2000s, the last routemaster came off the road. I'll just show you briefly India's
Oh, I don't know.
Dodge, only the Dodge. Just bought that, all like nice original old Dodge. It's pretty cool. Really like it. There's an A70 Ute in there as well, but we'll kind of like, I'll show you that at some point in time when it's on the road. All right, all good. Thanks so much, guys. Like and subscribe if you can, and I'll catch up with you all later. So, what barn find did I buy? I bought this. Now, if you're not in Australia or New Zealand, you'd be like, wow, what an incredibly restorable Range Rover. If you're in New Zealand, and Australia probably, you'll be, why did you buy that? Now, yep, it's not restorable. Not yet. However, they're not making these old boxy Range Rovers anymore, and I've got to be honest, it's an absolutely freaking amazing design. I mean, I'm not sure about the plastic wheel arches, but apart from that, this thing's pretty cool. This thing's a really cool old bus. It's a 5-speed manual too, which makes it even more desirable in my sort of opinion. Show you inside it. She is stiff from not being used for a long time. Interior, actually, not too bad. It's got a headline in it, which is unbelievable for Range Rover. 276,000 kilometres. It's got a full workshop manual in there, which is pretty cool. I like it. Manual. That's the kicker. V8 and manual. It's pretty rough. It's pretty rough and ready. It needs a lot. But if this isn't restorable right now, it's definitely restorable in the future, because they ain't making any more. I think it was Sven King designed these, and man, what a design it was. I mean, obviously it's a box, but there's a no more recognisable box shape of the 70s. If you really, that there's no more, well, there's probably, we can argue the Land Rover is probably more well known, but when this first came out as a luxury option to the Land Rover, this was nothing short of astounding. We're talking something that does 100 miles an hour and can go off-road. Like, the police used them, everybody used them. All the rescue and recovery people used them. They were just a great, great thing. Iconic, people would say. And aspirational was the next part I'm going to use, because everybody wanted one back in the old days. I mean, if you had a Range Rover, you had some coin, man. And if you bought one of the first Range Rovers, you didn't just have some coin, you had some pull, because they were basically sold out. Land Rover thought, you know, they'd shift a couple of these things, but it was what everybody wanted. But what Land Rover never did after this point in time was then apply this to the rest of the fleet. Like, they should have made their Land Rovers more comfortable, coil sprung, faster, but then they thought they'd be stealing sales away from Range Rover. But then Toyota came along and just sort of devastated Land Rover kind of pretty much everywhere, in every single market. Even the British home market, Land Rover weren't anywhere near as popular as they were in their heyday. So they just kept with the standard old slow, so 2.25 litre petrol, and they should have really upgraded it considerably. I mean, they did do a V8, but it was really thirsty. Well, not that Range Rovers aren't thirsty, but they just never quite hit the market again. No big diesels, you know. I'm sure when I wash this car off, I'm going to find some horrors in it, but I think I'm going to keep this around for a while. Well, I know I'm going to keep it around for a while. It can come and live in my yard, and, you know, I'll think about what I'm going to do to it. Maybe it'll go to another restorer. I know a guy who's already sort of wants it, but I don't know. I think I should keep this on, get it running, use it as a film vehicle maybe. I don't know, use it around the yard. I just like them. I think it's a cool thing to have. And, you know, I promised myself I'm not going to buy any more Land Rover since I bought my Isuzu Bighorn, which does every other single job that a Land Rover would do, and then some, and better, and it's diesel, and it's automatic, and it's got aircon, you know, things that most of these things don't have, till you get to Range Rovers. But I don't know if I'm going to buy a modern one yet, but I like this, and I hope you guys like it as much as I do. So, another barn find dragged out. This has been there for 20 years or so, so very cool indeed. Hope you enjoyed the video.